Live, where news comes first. This is WECT News.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I'm John Evans.
I'm Frances Weller. New details tonight on a man who shot and killed his family. 40-year-old Lamont Robinson pleaded guilty today to 3 charges of second-degree murder.
Robinson had faced first-degree murder charges for the shooting that happened in January of 2022. WECT's Ariana Bertolotti is live outside the county courthouse today where he appeared. So Ariana, Robinson said he doesn't remember what happened in that shooting.
Yeah, that's right, John. Robinson says that he can accept and admit that the shooting happens, but as far as his memory goes, he says he doesn't remember it at all. And that's because a medical examiner ruled that he was, quote, depressed, diseased, and psychotic at the time of the crime. He shot his mom and sister in the head and shot his teenage son 7 times. All of this happening in the parking lot at the Landfall Center shopping complex. He also shot himself, leaving him in a wheelchair. Even through all of that, Robinson says he doesn't remember the murders. While in jail, he admitted to having hallucinations where he was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. Now, Robinson is expected to spend the next 60 years in jail as part of his plea, and that's going to be likely the rest of his life. Reporting live at the New Hanover County Courthouse, Ariana Bertolotti, WECT News.